any safety issues?
No, I said that the board has before it an ordinance which has, for example, you haven't had any information from a police department about what they've experienced at different actual medians in the city. You haven't had any information before the board about whether it's one particular meeting, for example, or all these types of meetings throughout the entire city. So there is a lack of information before the board with the proposal of this ordinance, such that the court will likely find that the factual predicates which the board needs in order to make the decision are not there.
I have often complained to the police department, and I've know other people that have complained. So I'm surprised that there's nothing from the police department about it being an issue. I mean, I have an email right in front of me that, and I've explained this before, a woman was driving down the road. I can read this specifically, or I can just share it. A woman was driving down the road with her daughter that's probably around 10 years old. A gentleman fell into the street. She nearly ran him over, and she got out to help him up. He fell off of his walker, and so she swerved. She got out of the car and helped him, and then she was like, his pants dropped down. So not only did she put herself in danger, but now she's being, exposed to, inappropriateness. I mean, we're not helping people that are falling off the median. We're not helping people continue their drug addictions. It's really, really sad. For me, I would like to hear from Troy and Ward 9, because he brought this forward. For me, we need to find a lawyer, a city lawyer that's going to protect the citizens of Manchester and the police department to uphold that ordinance.
I'm more than happy to take a look at the email and call that constituent. I think our point is that when we litigated this issue back in 2017, there was an extensive discovery process, and part of that discovery process included data from the Manchester Police Department on arrests, Manchester police policies on roadway obstruction and panhandling, deposition testimony by the police officers. So we're not saying that there isn't an issue. It's that if we were to pass an ordinance without a well-established factual predicate, we're simply going to go in and repeat the same result, which, in our opinion, would be a waste of city resources. So we're more than happy to hear from anyone who has data regarding the public safety concerns, but right now that data, to our knowledge, has not been developed. And if one is able to take a look at the 65-page decision of the court, one would see that many of those pages are consumed with the factual information that was collected in the discovery process in that lawsuit. So we're not suggesting that the city ignore constituent concerns. We're not denying that there is a safety problem, but we have very little information about the specific data underlying the impetus for the two most recent drafts. The court itself, in its opinion from 2017, suggests a number of alternatives, and I have no reason to believe that those alternatives are not being pursued by the Manchester Police Department. There are a number of statutes under which people can be cited for standing in the roadway, obstructing traffic, interrupting the flow of traffic. There are a boatload of measures that the Manchester Police Department can take, and I do believe does take in the appropriate circumstance. But as to this particular ordinance, from a constitutional perspective, it is identical to the ordinance that was struck down at significant expense to the city.